Hi, welcome to the Big Rock Preserve. My name is Kate Furlong, I'm the Stewardship Director, and today we're going to take you on a little short virtual field trip of this area, kind of show you what we're still doing while the world is kind of shut down. So we've been working on this property for years now. This whole area was burned during the Thomas Fire, so we've done a lot of restoration, and we love when there's a big rain event. But unfortunately, after the rain, there also comes a lot of invasive species that come through here. So we try to make sure to remove as much as we can so that our native species that we've planted and that we're helping thrive actually don't have to compete too hard to be able to survive here. So follow me, we'll go down to the river. There's some really cool plant communities that are here. We're in the coastal sage scrub, but it's kind of a transition between coastal sage and chaparral. And there's a couple plants that actually show you that that's a thing. The most indicative one here is our ceanothus. We have some beautiful green bark ceanothus here that's flowering. It's really light, it's very gorgeous. The bees go crazy for it, which we love even more because we do a lot of plantings to help our native pollinators. So this is the area where the river pretty much comes up to during a big rain event. So I like to call this area our Etch-a-Sketch property because when we have a big trail, when there's a big rain event, it just kind of washes it all away, which is a great opportunity for us to create new trails every year and get volunteers involved and to get creative with it. But we also try to work with nature, so a lot of our trails are really free-flowing because it follows the path of water. We have a lot of great natives that are planted through here. This is through our pollinator planting event that we did last year. We just had one recently earlier this month at our another preserve, but this one has been an area that we've been working on for a while, and it is thriving, doing really, really well, surviving a lot of impacts. There's always a bunch of really cool, dynamic growth that's happening through here. There's a lot of plants that kind of show you where you're supposed to be, and there's some remedies that are here as well. So we have some poison oak on this side of the trail, and right next to it, some mugwort. Mugwort is a great remedy for poison oak. Best remedy is to not touch it at all, but this is a really helpful plant if you do happen to come across it. So now we're kind of switching more into a riparian zone of the property. As you notice, it looks like it's been snowing. So these trees here are cottonwood trees. And in the spring, they end up dropping all of their seed pods that resemble cotton. So if you do plan on coming out here, make sure to take an allergy pill if you do have seasonal allergies, because these will definitely get you sneezing. There are several other plants in this area that also rely on wind to transport their seeds, and we're going to go check out some of those that are closer to the river. You can see it looks like it's a little snowdrift. A little crayfish. Those are really invasive, but they're food for other things. So thankfully, a lot of our native species here help us manage that species. Particularly raccoons, they love to eat crayfish. So you get a couple really good glimpses into the Ventura River. This is an area that always has water, and it always has about the same amount of water throughout the year because there's exposed bedrock here. We do allow people to connect to the river, but we just ask when you do go in, make sure that you're wearing a reef-safe sunscreen. Make sure that you're not putting any other chemicals into the water. And if you do come here, make sure that if you bring anything, make sure you bring it out with you again. We don't have trash cans on this property, and we want to make sure to protect the wild animals that are here. There's a couple other plants here that are acting very much like the cottonwood. This is Mule Fat. It's in the Baccharis family. And the butterflies and bees absolutely love this one. And then we have the arroyo willow, which is a really great plant for restorations. What we'll do is we'll take cuttings from this and clone it, and we'll do stake plantings of it. Since the genes here thrive really well in this habitat, in this kind of environment, they love disturbance, so when there is a big flood, a limb will actually be ripped off and then when it's soaking in the water, it actually stimulates some root structures. And then when it lands in the mud, it can actually clone itself and become a whole new tree. There's a really interesting thing that's happening. So it just rained the other day, and right after the Thomas fire, this water here and all the water in the Ventura River looked like chocolate milk for months. So now seeing that the water is clear so soon after a rain is hopefully a good sign that there's more percolation that's happening, so more water table recharge, since a lot of the ash and a lot of the hydrophobic chemicals that burned from the native species that were here and kind of created a shellac over everything has hopefully washed away. So this is potentially a really good sign that things are starting to really rebound after the Thomas fire. After a big rain event, this whole beach changes as well. Before the Thomas fire, this area was all really soft sand, and now you can see there's a lot of small rocks. There was a lot larger rocks, but we've done a lot of work with volunteers here to make it safer for people to connect with. This is a really great area as well to look for butterflies. And for all of my bird nerds out here, I don't know if you've been listening, but we do have a lot of activity, and it's a really great spot any time of day to see a whole bunch of different types of bird species that come through here. In the summer as well, this area is really popular for bats. The Mexican free-tailed bat likes to come out here. You can see them around dusk when they're skimming across the water, also trying to catch some bugs. So, yeah. You see some other wildlife here. There's a family that's coming on the trail. So to keep our distance, we will actually circle around the other way, just so we are making sure that we're staying our 6 feet apart and respecting everyone and their social distancing. Tiger swallowtail. I haven't seen many monarchs this year, but I have seen more than I have last year, which is hopefully a good sign. It's a little early for them still. So we'll be out here continuing to maintain the trails and try to keep them open and clear. After rain events, there's a lot of work to do. There's some limbs that have fallen across the trail. There's a lot of invasive weeds that come back right after a rain. So we'll be quite busy out here. So if you see us, give us a wave. Keep your distance though, Gotta make sure everyone stays safe and healthy. But make sure that you're getting some fresh air too, because that's really important. And enjoy these great cottonwood trees, because they're amazing. I love their heart-shaped leaves. I just think they're really cute. So if you want to bring a date here and just try to woo her, be like, ooh, I have some cottonwood for you. There you go. Matchmaking 101 right there. So we have 3 different kind of habitats that are here. So we have the riparian along the river. This is kind of a transitional, and then we have kind of an oak woodland up top. So we try to make sure that they're separated, and we also follow the lead of the natives that are here. So we go by what we've seen has done well in previous plantings. We ask all of our neighbor friends at OVLC about what has worked for them, and we try to get creative with it, get playful, see what has been working, and take note of what hasn't been, and try to share that as well. So yeah, but we miss you guys, and we hope that you guys come out here and enjoy. It's a beautiful day. Try to get some sun. Vitamin D is really important, but also make sure that you're staying away from big groups. Do some meditation out here, just by yourself. It's really lovely. Enjoy, connect with the plants. Thank you, and follow Ventura Land Trust.